Hey, Thabiso Molatlhwa. I'm a multimedia producer at Trace and inspiring filmmaker. And welcome to Zibegele. What describes me as Thabiso, I would say physically is my big eyes and I always wear black and my sense of humor. But as a person, I always try to go overboard for people. I'm always like, trying to find a way to help people. I think that's the main thing for me, and my creativity as well. Though I don't exploit that much, but it's always there haunting me. But yeah, I think, well, that's two. The third one is, what will be the third one? I think somebody would have to answer that one for me. Yeah, okay, no, sure. No, firstly, my fear of failure. I think most people all have it. It can be a drive and it can be like a setback as well. For me, it's both. It's a drive and a setback. When you fear to fail, you always try to, what do you call it, procrastinate sometimes because you want to be perfect with certain things. But at the same time, because I don't want to fail, I have to get up in the morning, and do something. Get up, come to work, make sure that every shoot is like on point, everything is like, set up properly. Yeah. Well, I tell people, I shoot people and I control people. So my actual career started in 2014, but the actual, my love for photography, let's start with photography. My love for photography started in, I think, 2012, 2013, when I, like Ekasi, hang out with my friends. My friend's sister had a camera. It was a digital point and shoot, those old cameras. And basically I borrowed the camera, like, and we walk around Ekasi, taking snaps randomly. Initially it was of ourselves, and then I started exploring outside of Amajita and then started shooting like the township and people around the township, and that's when I started falling in love with basically storytelling visually. Yeah, so I think from there it was, and I started a blog actually. I didn't know anything about blogs. I started a blog, and then that blog in 2014 helped me to get an internship at Live magazine, and then that's where my career actually started. That's where I started learning about the technicalities of photography, and that's where I learned videography as well, and the art of like storytelling as well. So my job at Trace is I'm a multimedia producer, which is basically having to deal with anything that has to do with visuals, motion graphics, sometimes photography, but mainly videography. I have to handle the visual aspects of all the shows that are shot here. So that's my thing, my job here, job title here, and. What I love the mostly is having to interact with people. I know it's a cliche, but the best stories come from human beings. Having to interact with people and get to know people from around the world, around the country rather. Mostly, we come across like artists, prominent people, and then having to interact with them like human beings, normal human beings, and having to hear their stories as well. For me, that's what I love the most. So if you wanna start a profile or create a profile, the first thing, like I did, I started a blog. I knew nothing about blogs. It was during the Tumblr times. I had no clue what I was doing. I just started something that I felt like this is where my work should belong. So I think create an online portfolio. It makes your life easier. When you approach people, or when you're like in an event, when you're in an event and you're talking to people, you just say, hey, here's my link to a website, instead of having like, a digital, what do you call it, PDF portfolio. I mean, it works for certain extents, but a digital link, also YouTube, create stuff, whatever it is, at home, like at home with your homies, ekasi, family, shoot something. Like, doesn't matter. It's storytelling at the end of the day. And for me, I believe in storytelling. I believe in there's a story somewhere. Everywhere you go, there's a story. So I just shoot, put it on YouTube, Vimeo. Those platforms are free. I know most productions, they want like a reel. It's important, but it's not like an all thing. So you just create snippets, put together, put it on social media, put on YouTube. That'll work for you. The challenges that I find with being creative is being a creative. You have to, being a creative is something weird, because for you to create, you have to also dig deep. We live a Josie, everything is like fast paced. So you have to create those moments where you just sit by yourself, dig deep, find something that you want to say. That's the most challenging part, but it's also the fun part of it, because once you find that thing that you want to say, once you put it together, it's satisfying for you. Things that I would want to change about the industry. Look, man, the industry is what it is. It's the industry, just like capitalism. That's another story, but it's there to serve what it needs to serve. You create your own thing, find channels, find ways to get into the industry, do what you have to do. If you want to leave the industry, you can leave, but the industry works for what it needs to do. I don't think I would want to change much, but however, at the same time, there's lack of collaboration, to say. It's a hustle. It's a hustle industry. Everybody needs to eat something. Everybody wants to have something to go home to eat too. So I think at the same time, when people want to hustle, they forget about the whole thing of collaboration. So I think for me, it's important. Find people that you can work together with. Find people that you can have the same vision with, and then create something with those people. There's always someone willing to help. How far I would like to take my career? I'm right now studying filmmaking, so I'm trying to, like, as much as I love like the visual storytelling, I also want to learn the technicalities. I want to learn the history, the how-tos, all the skills that are necessary to tell a story visually. So I'm in the process of actually learning filmmaking. Working on other projects on the side as well, to enhance that, to put into practice what I'm learning about filmmaking as well. So I think for me, creating film, whether it's documentaries, whether it's like short films, feature films, major films, that's where I'm heading basically. And I think in the near future, I'll just look for my name somewhere in the big screens, I think. Enjoy yourself. We get caught up in the whole, like I said, the hustle culture. We get caught up in, what's next, what I need to do something, and you forget to, like, as much as this is your bread and butter, this is also something that you love, especially if you have passion for it. Enjoy yourself, outside of your 9 to 5. If you have a 9 to 5, shoot something on the side that you feel like passionate about. I don't think I have a strict quote, but all I can say is just make it happen.